Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel ProVec Engineering and Food Processing Private Limited. Friends, as you know that in all our videos we always invite our some few guests who are coming from the different countries and different part of India to buy the machineries. So in this sequence today we have Mr. Martin who has come here from Uganda, country Uganda, to buy floating fish feed machines. Friend, let me tell you very frankly, he was about to buy the plants from some other country like China, but once he approached us, we have sent his invitation later. He came to our factory and now we are standing with him. He has placed the order for 300 kg per hour, two fully automatic lines. So Mr. Martin, welcome to our factory first of all, and also welcome to our country India. So how did you find us on internet, sir?
I got you on India, Matt.
Okay.
We had tried to solicit machines from China and Thailand, but I found it easy and very convenient to visit you. So after you sent me an invitation, I came. And I have liked the materials, I have liked the originality of the whole of the machines and the modernity. They are modern, that's why we chose now to order for those two automated lines for 300 kg. And it's good. I liked ProVec, and here you're a leading manufacturer in India. I say it's okay. I have seen the machines, I have seen the work. And I like your motivation, the way you handle your workers. It's a teamwork. So that always makes sure that there's no mistake that comes in work. I like it. And I was received well. I've been here well, I've been eating well, and I've liked India.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. You had a very good words for our company and as well as for our country. Now, my question is that, sir, you have given preference over other countries' machines to our company and our machineries. So, what was the reason of comparing our machineries with other country? Was it the easiness to reach our factory, or was the machines quality were very better than the other countries' machines? So, what was the reason to choose us to place the order?
Now, when I asked for what you are producing, you sent me a catalog, and I looked, assessed it, and we saw that what we produce in Uganda and the materials that you also use here for producing fish feeds, your machines fit in very well. And I was encouraged to come and see. And when I came to see, the second thing which helped me is the originality of the raw materials. The spares that you're using and manufacturing by yourself, I saw them, I saw the machine, and then I trust that these machines will work for a long time for us in Uganda.
Okay. Now my question is that in your country, is there any fish feed making plant is there, or will it be the first plant or one of the few plants which has been installed? Do you have any idea about your country or your nearby country where is there any big fish feed making factories, or will it be the new one?
Now, that's the problem we have in Uganda. We have imported feeds from Brazil and from Netherlands, and they are very, very costly. Now, the machine that we had, which is supposed to be running for government in Entebbe, it collapsed. So now farmers are many, but without feeds. Even when they have money, the feeds is not there. So now your machines are the first entry into this market. And we hope that we shall widen, because 300 kg per hour is still a small machine. So if we have to bring in government to see our machines which have taken as individuals and encourage them to buy bigger machines for the regions, you're going to get market.
Okay. So do you have any idea about the fish feed requirement in your country? Like as you told me that you are buying fish feed from some Thailand, some Netherlands and some other countries. Like, so do you have any idea of per month consumption of fish feed in your country or your nearby?
It is in megatons. It is in megatons because we have over 120 districts, and 80% of those districts, they are fish farmers. And if you take an average of about 120 to 200 fish farmers per district, that's a very enormous requirement for fish feeds. And putting feeds right now at about $2 per kilo is too costly. The farmers take 70% of their profits go to feeds. So by your machines coming, we want to cut that costs by almost more than 50%, so that our farmers can boost up production.
So friends, the summary is that in our last videos we have told you that the cost of feed when you are making your own, by making your own fish feed making plant, the cost of the fish feed comes for 28 protein 5 fat like 38 rupees. Now he's buying that feed only for $2 per kg. Like it will be something around 140 rupees per kg. And as you can see, the cost of the feed is 3 times what he can get from the market if he is making the own feed, right? So that is the main reason they want to install the fish feed plant in their own country. Now, so my question is that yes, okay, you are going to buy the ready-made feed, but now you need to buy the raw materials. So have you made any inquiry about the raw materials? Are the all raw materials available there in your country?
There are plenty. There are plenty. Because first of all, our fish meal, which we harvest from Lake Victoria, is exported to Brazil, then brought back as imported feeds. So you see that we have the materials. They are there. Cotton seed cake, soya, maize bran, rice meal, blood meal, bone meal. All those are there, including fish meal.
So according to you, all raw materials are available?
They are available.
Okay, sir. So that's a good thing, sir, because you have all raw materials. We'll provide you the recipes of different formulas like 40 protein, 28 protein, and our technician will go in your country. He will teach you how to run the machineries, how to make the floating fish feed. And another thing is that, sir, with these machines you can also make the poultry feed and the cattle feed. So these machines can also need your fulfill the requirement of poultry feed as well, sir. So that's a good thing, sir. Now, Mr. Martin, in India, there are many policies being run by the government. Government is giving a huge quantum of subsidy over the fish feed plant, poultry feed plant, and cattle feed plant. Is there any subsidy scheme, subsidy like the concessional scheme in your country by the government?
No, it's not there.
So I hope you must encourage your government to come into the subsidy part so that the farmers can install their own machineries and can produce the low price feed, fish feed. Okay. Now, have you understand the complete process of how to make the floating fish feed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to what you have instructed.
So let me explain you one to one. So first of all, you have to mix all raw materials. As the raw materials, maize, wheat, soya DOC, mustard DOC, fish meal, bone meal, meat meal, and then rice bran, rice gelatin. So all these 9 kind of raw material you have to mix them all together. Then you have to make a fine powder of all this raw material together. The raw material must be mixed as per the recipe, like this much quantum of this, so this much of kg of this. So as per the recipe you have to mix them together. Further you have to grind them. You have to make a fine powder of that. And further making the fine powder, you need to add the water in that. You will add around 18% water, 18% water. Then you will feed this moist powder to the extruder, and extruder will make the pellet. The moisture of the pellet which is coming out of the extruder will be something around 18 to 20%, which is not safe for storage. So then we need to bring this pellet to the dryer so that we can bring down the moisture to 10%. And further, after drying, we will flavor the pellet by flavoring by fish oil, and it will be with a full of smell. Further, we will cool it into the cooler, and then we will pack it. So this is the way you have to make the floating fish feed. So anything which you have question about this, how to make the floating fish feed, any question you have in your mind about the process and the machineries?
The processing, like as you have explained, it's perfectly good, because what even if there are small local farmers with small machines, they are not producing floating feeds. So a floating feed extruder would be very good for us. Especially we have 2 species of fish. We have catfish and then tilapia. And most of them are top feeders. So they need that food when it is still on top. So this is exactly perfect. And even the recipe is good.
So in India, mostly the fish farmers start fishing by the end of January or start of February, and they bring out the fish from the pond by the end of October or November. So it's around 7 to 8 months process. What is the process in your country? Like how many months you grow fish in ponds?
Like now, our harvesting of fish is every 6 to 8 months. So which means in 2 years, a farmer can harvest 3 times.
3 times?
Yes. And we have water sources that are flowing. So water issues where ponds are established is not a very, very big problem. We have natural sources. That's why a farmer can produce throughout. Harvest, then replace, harvest, replace 3 times a year.
3 times a year?
In 2 years.
3 times in a 2 years.
Yes.
So like you will have a cycle of around let's say 7 months or 8 months in okay. So in 2 years you can have 3 cycles. I think this is much better than India, because in India usually in a year there is only one cycle, but yours will be 3 cycle in a 2 year. So 3 times more profit you can earn. Very good, sir. And as I have heard that you have very good sources of natural water. So I think that is much beneficial about this. Okay, what is the situation of fishery in your country? Like, are you aware of the technology of growing the fish? Like how to use the aerator? What should be the pH of water? What should the ammonia content in the water? Are you aware of all this, or like you are lacking in that? What is the scenario of fishery in your country, sir?
The scenario, one of the issues apart from feeds that is hindering farmers is the knowledge. They have established ponds. Some of them even don't know how to establish them, but they want to do fish farming. So this is lacking, and we're trying to encourage government to sensitize people, to educate people. It's lacking. There are very, very few commercial farmers who have this knowledge.
Okay. So in India, like we have fishery college where people go and get educated about the fishery by making the bachelor in science and master in science. So is it the same in your country? Like you have colleges to teach about the how to go for the fishery, how to make the fish feed. You have colleges there, universities there in your country for education of fishery or fishing sciences.
Yeah, we have fisheries institutes, and we have a Ministry of Agriculture,
Okay.
which has a fisheries department.
Okay.
They are there, and at every district there is what they call a district fisheries officer, and even at the sub county there is also a fisheries officer. They are there to help the people. Those ones are there.
Now my question is that are you a farmer, fishery farmer? So how many of the fishes you are growing right now?
I have 2 fish ponds, commercial, and I have catfish.
Okay.
It's called catfish. Okay. And I have in 1,000 square meters of a pond, I have 10,000 each.
Okay.
So that is 20,000 with them, yeah. And they are growing. And we grow them to 1 kilogram and we sell off.
Okay. So what is the weight when you buy the fish?
Like 4 grams.
4 grams. So 4 grams to 1 kilogram,
Yes.
it takes around 8 months.
6 months.
6 months to 8 months. Okay. Okay. So I'm sure that when you will make your own fish feed, you can reduce that timeline. Yes.
Reduce even the time, because we can increase the frequency of eating.
Yes.
And then we can have the fish then come out at 5 months.
Okay.
And you're out of the pond.
So are you also having the sinking fish feed requirement? Sinking or floating only?
Floating. We are
By
buying,
float.
we've been buying floating. Very costly.
Very costly.
That's the reason why we have run for this machine.
Okay. Okay. So this is the extruder, the same kind of extruder you are going to get from our company. So as you can see in this first is the first machine is to make the moisture in the feed. Second is to make the steam into the feed. After that it will come to the hopper. Then there is a main motor, and from main motor the extruder is running. Then we have feeding motor here, and from feeding motor the material will come here, and final material will be coming here by cutting the machinery. For feeding the steam we have boiler in factory that you need to buy at your own in your country. Yeah, because boilers are especially made in as per the norms of country. So you need to buy this in your country, sir. This machine. Okay. Rest of the things will be provided by us, but this you need to buy at your country. If you want to buy from India, you can also buy from India. Okay. So this is the extruder machine. I hope that you knowing the complete concept of the machine. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes. This is a grinder. So first of all, you will mix all raw materials. Then you will feed this hopper. Then it will grind them, and the material will come here in the hopper. So all your complete machine will be automatic. Like first of all, it will be grinded together. It will be coming to the mixture to the extruder to the dryer to the flavoring. All things will be automatic, sir. Okay. So anything about the machine?
let's continue about the mixer or yours. Yes, okay.
Sir, this is the mixture which will get to mix the water inside the powdered material. So when we make the powder from the crusher, we need to mix the water. So water will be mixed in this mixture. Further, it will go for the extruder machine. And a thoroughly mixing water is there, so you will get a best quality feed. Like if you are running the raw material and making the water inside that, so you will not get a properly mixed feed. But if you are mixing in the mixture, so you will get a better result from that, sir. So this is a mandatory machine, sir. So first is the crushing, second is the mixing, third is the extruder. Now we will move to the drying section, flavoring section. This is the factory where we make the tanks, storage tanks, the dryer one and the cooling system. So all things are made in this factory. Okay. So let's come to the one to one. These are the big tanks. Okay. These are the cyclones. Okay. And this is the as I explained you, the rotary, the flavoring system which I have told you. Okay. The same kind is of the dryer. Yes. But same will be the dryer, same will be the rotary system. So this is a rotary and dryer system. So in this factory we make the tanks, storage tanks, dryer, rotary dryer, flavoring system, all this made in the factory. This factory is specially made for the export purpose only. Export, yeah. storage tank. This is the storage tank. Yeah.
This is the size.
Yeah, storage tank. Silos.
The one which will come.
Two. Yeah.
These two, eh?
Yeah. Editing. This is the greater one. Like when you will get the finished fish feed, then you will grade that. If something is coming like up and down, like if you are making 4 some small size is also there, so then you can remove it from this. So this is the grader. This will also come to you, sir. Okay. This is the last stage, just last stage before packing. So before packing, we grade means we remove the small or big, and then we pack it into packet.
That's good.
So I hope you like the factory.
Yeah, very, very good.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for coming our factory. And friends, as you have seen that Mr. Martin has come over from Uganda, a very long distance, and has chosen our factory to supply the 300 kg per hour line. And I hope that you will like the video. If you really like the video, please approach us at our factories at Pune, Banaras, Guwahati and Hyderabad. Any factory you can come down. And even if you want more details, you can come down to our Kota factory and can have a live trial of machineries, and then you can order the machineries. As you know that the fish feed season is coming and going to start by February. So this is the best time to buy the fish feed machines from our factory, and you can easily plan to reach any of our factory. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for liking this video. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Martin, for coming here. Thank you so much, sir. Please, sir.